What did I prepare before I moved to the USA? What do you need to prepare before you move to the USA? This is the first video out of a couple of videos where I want to talk about how I moved to the United States, what I've prepared, what was my journey, how did I accomplish those things, and finally I'm living in Los Angeles, how did it work out? I hope this will be helpful for you, and if you have any questions throughout the journey, just let me know. Today I want to talk about what did I prepare before I moved to the USA. As you can hear, my accent is different. I'm from Germany. That means that I had to move to the USA at one point. That has been a couple of years ago. I was living almost my whole life in Germany. We decided to move to the United States. That was something we knew already 5 years before we did that, but we didn't know when it would happen. So it meant we informed ourselves a couple of things, and I want to give you some advice, some guidance somehow, what we prepared, especially what I prepared, and maybe it helps you as well to prepare for your journey whenever that happens. In this video I want to talk about what to do 1 to 2 or even more years before moving to the United States. And that means I have 3 points I want to talk about. I'll do the European 3 points because I can't do this. Look at this, it works. Three points I want to talk about. That hurts, man. I'm still German. Anyways, but and first off, when will you move? If you can answer that question already and it's very close, that might be a tough thing to accomplish. In terms of when you will move, if you have enough time to prepare everything, I would highly recommend you to inform yourself with everything you need to know. If you know people, maybe some colleagues, some friends, some family who lives over in the United States, or have lived or maybe will live, that's something you can always try to get information from. And what helped me a lot was I was on social media, especially Facebook. There are tons of groups out there, Germans living in the United States or expats or whatever. There's so many different groups out there. I'll link 1 or 2 which I used a lot for advice, also in the description below. Also inform yourself on the websites from the consulates. That's very important. You want to know what your requirements are before moving there, not moving there and then deciding, oh, I want to stay here forever. That might work. I want to do it beforehand. Also, you can inform yourself online. There's so many blogs out there. There's so many people who have done that already within the last couple of years, and it didn't change too crazy in terms of laws. It definitely is something which kind of stays the same, or now it's improving again. And that leads me to the second point, which is important and also somehow connected. What do you need to do to legally stay in the USA? So in my case, my wife is American, so I'm married and I have the permanent so-called green card or permanent residence. This entitles me to stay here. I had to go through a bunch of applications. That took me 6 months, I want to say, but that was the best case scenario, I would say. We informed ourselves ahead of time with the consulate in Germany. In Frankfurt, we wrote with them a bunch of times. There were a whole process you had to go through, and that's something which I heard it got more tough the last 4 to 5 years. So I was really lucky because I was doing that before we moved. I especially wanted to do that from Germany. I wanted to be legally encountered that I'm able to enter the United States and can stay there and do not have to move back or have to leave after 90 days or something with the tourist visa or something. I didn't want to do that and deal with that. So that was my requirement before we moved to the United States. And if you're in a lucky position with a work visa, so it's sponsored by some American company, keep that in mind. It always takes time with the consulate and going through the application process. The third point I want to talk about, German, green. The third point I want to talk about with you is it is very important to have some savings. Not only the application itself costs some money for the visa, for the green card, also flying over, having maybe some shipments or whatever. If you have a whole container you want to send over, that's not the cheapest solution to do. And that's something which I will talk about in future videos. What we did, how the whole process looked like. keep in mind, savings are very, you will need money, especially staying the first couple of weeks, month, somewhere where just might be more expensive. Also you have expenses and stuff like that, which you want to do some touristy stuff, which also at the beginning might be more than usually. I will put a couple of information in the description, like the Facebook groups. I will put the consulate information in there, which I used, what was very helpful for me, and I would highly recommend you following those 3 points at least. And there are way more. I only wanted to touch a little bit and introduce my upcoming series of videos. That means keep in mind there are more videos coming out soon. In case you're in a situation you want to move to the US and you have absolutely no idea, you're just gathering information. I hope this is helpful and this will help you, a little guidance, or show you what you might be doing or what helped me. Maybe it helps you, maybe it still exists. I'm also happy about your comments, questions, whatever you have. Reach out, let me know if I can somehow support you, because I've done those things and I'm living in Los Angeles now, so somehow it worked out, I think. Thanks for watching this video and see you next time. Tschüss!